Good evening. My name is Michelle Foster from the greater Philadelphia area. I'm the Vice Chair of American Affairs for Hadassah, the Women's Zionist Organization of America. And Hadassah has a vested interest in the health of women and children and have worked in the last 100 years to better that and go forward with a better life for women and children and for people all over the world. I want to speak today about my life and how my life was impacted by violence. My life, unfortunately, started with the Philadelphia School District, which was a great place to work. However, the presence of violence was always there for my students. My wonderful students often were presented with shootings in their neighborhoods, family members who were killed, brothers, siblings, all kinds of things going on. And they were hard pressed to deal with it. They often talked to me, the school counselor, about suicide, depression, but I never really met any kids that were homicidal. And until Columbine in 1999, I always felt fairly secure that I would be able to recognize those kids that might have a tendency toward violence. Columbine shook me to the core because it was unbelievable to me that children could go into their own school and shoot their schoolmates in the face, in the chest, in the heart, people they knew, one by one. And I researched Columbine for years after, looking for clues as to what those students might be like. And working in a school after Columbine was horrifying also, because during Columbine time, every day we got phone calls at school with threats. And at one point, the counselors were asked to assess whether the threats were serious or not. And I remember saying to my principal, I will never put the students at risk by not thinking that a threat is serious. And then shootings followed, many shootings. Columbine, the movie theater in Colorado, Uvalde, Las Vegas, Newtown. And each time I was heartsick to think that a young person could go with a large gun into a school and shoot children. Today, I feel such a sense of sickness living in America, thinking that my 5-year-old grandson will be attending public school next year is equally horrifying to me. And when I think about those children, I think about what politician, what person making the laws would want their own family to be a victim of gun violence. Hadassah as an organization is very happy to hear about the bipartisan agreement that is about to occur. The first time in over 30 years that an agreement on any kind of gun control has happened. And I am happy too, but I would like to go forward with a total ban on assault weapons. These weapons are not meant for children, they're not meant for young adults, they're not meant for anyone on the street. They are purely meant for the military and police, and they should not be in the hands of anyone who can walk into a school and murder 20, 17 in Parkland, 22 in Newtown, 21 in Uvalde. And all I could think about was, why were the parents not knowing which children were killed at Uvalde? And round about 7 o'clock on the night of those horrible murders, it occurred to me that the children were not identifiable because they had been shot in the face and no one knew who they were. It's almost impossible to think about being a parent whose own child isn't recognizable from the force of an assault weapon. And when I think about it, it breaks my heart. So I'm asking every American and every senator and every congressman to think about what it would be like to be those families and to vote with your hearts, not with your pocketbook, not with who will support you, but to vote as if your own children are at risk, because I believe they are. We're all at risk. And today, with the Supreme Court decision that open carry will be okay, I feel when I walk into a store or a place of business, will I know who the good guys are? Or will I think everyone is a bad guy? How will I know the difference? Where will we feel secure? And where will our children feel secure? It's my goal to leave the next generation a better life. I've been working in Hadassah for over 50 years in medical and looking towards medical research and the things that will bring us better life, better health. But here in America, we could do something simple. Not only could we have some gun control, the kind that will be passed hopefully today or tomorrow, but we could have a total ban on assault weapons. And when we did, mass shootings went down 249%. 249% by a simple law that bans assault weapons. So while I congratulate those who worked on the bipartisan agreement, I want to say that I would like to go further, and I hope you will all remember what it is like to be on the receiving end, what it would be like to be the parent who couldn't even identify their own child. Thank you for listening to me today. I thank Hadassah for all its work on behalf of women, women's health and children, and I thank the senators and congressmen who are trying to make America a better place. Thank you.